Because what the scribes and the Pharisees were trying to do, they were trying to tell them, listen, you got to walk a fine line. You got to dot every I. You got to cross it. If you don't do it this way, amen, you're going to hell. If you don't do it this way, you ain't going to be blessed. If you don't do it this way, amen, watch this, it ain't going to work. If you don't do it this way, you're not a part of us. Amen. And how many of you know, amen, there are folk like that today? Amen, somebody. But at the end of the day, amen, Jesus was trying to teach them, watch this, amen, that you're blessed, amen, not only because I'm in the midst, amen, of this thing, and I decree that thing, but watch this, amen, ethically, amen, I'm admonishing you, amen, to do what you do, amen, based on your blessings, amen, based on your love for God and the people of God. All right, let me give you my third thing, and I'm done. Amen. One, he tells them, amen, watch this, he gives them a blessed, amen, declaration. Amen. The Beatitudes, a declaration of blessedness. He gives them an ethical admonition. Amen. But then lastly, amen, he contrasts. He shows the contrast, amen, between ethical teaching and legalistic traditions. There's a contrast. If you're going to, amen, it's got everything I wrote. Just write down a contrast. Contrast between ethical, amen, teaching and legalistic traditions. What are you saying? He's trying to convey to them that at the end of the day, this sermon deals with, amen, and stressing the importance of practicing what has been taught, amen, rather than just, amen, sharing it. It's an expression, if you will, amen, an amazement by the crowd, amen, as Jesus spoke this thing, to show the difference between, amen, what Jesus was conveying and what the scribes and the Pharisees were conveying. Jesus was trying to teach them, amen, it's not caught up in ceremonial and civil and legalism. Come on, somebody, amen. But what's caught up, amen, as you practice these things, is not why you do them, the way you do them, amen, based on the reason behind what you do. Are y'all praying with me? And so at the end of the day, amen, he gives them, amen, this description of recognizing that there are going to be, amen, opinions that differ. Amen, somebody. They go, amen, we are not, amen, all of the same personality. Amen. Otherwise, we'd be walking around like this. Are y'all with me up in here? If all of us had the same personality, had the same mindset, had the same spirit, amen. But God made each of us different. Each of us have our own DNA. Come on, somebody. Each of us have our own, amen, way of thinking and rationalizing and reasoning. But at the end of the day, there's a commonality, amen, that we have. And that commonality, amen, is in God. That commonality is in the Spirit of God. Because God is not the author of confusion. And so because we have the Spirit of God, amen, somebody, then we recognize, amen, how we ought to govern ourselves based on the Spirit of God. And so he shares with them, amen, when we look at this thing in terms of, amen, the contrast, what he's basically saying, if you allow me to break it down, I'm done. Amen, he's sharing with them that at the end of the day, you've got to understand, amen, that God, amen, has just what we need, how we ought to, amen, what we ought to do, what we ought to do, and the way we ought to do it, based on our unity in the Spirit. That's why John, amen, said it like this, amen, there's one Lord, one faith, one baptism. Come on, somebody. He's trying to convey, amen, watch this, amen, that we're all one in the Spirit of God. And how many know, amen, if I got the Spirit of God and you got the Spirit of God, our spirits ought to connect and we ought to be on one. Are y'all with me up in here? And so when we look at this moral and ethical standard, amen, that he's preaching on this Sermon in the Mount, amen, it becomes evident that what, amen, the people were trying to, amen, teach was, or trying to convey what the Pharisees was, is that, amen, you would think it was unrealistic, that it couldn't be done, amen, and that it wouldn't work. But at the end of the day, Jesus was trying to, amen, change the doubters into thinking that no matter what, amen, they did, or what, amen, the others did, the standard was, amen, for all Christians is to realize, amen, that whatever demands are met on us, whatever demands, amen, are put on us, amen, we can do it by the power of God. Are y'all praying with me up in here? And so at the end of the day, amen, he reminds us, amen, that no matter what you're going through in life, no matter what, amen, you're dealing with in life, no matter what the circumstances and the situations look like, God, amen, Jesus was trying to convey, amen, that you can already know that you are blessed. In other words, amen, watch this, amen. See, blessed, amen, in some folk, amen, comes by happenstance. That means you're happy. But when you really know you're blessed, amen, it moves beyond being happy to having joy. Are y'all praying with me? And so at the end of the day, amen, here's what I want to go with. I can be happy one moment, but sad the next. But if I know I'm blessed, better than blessed, that means I got joy. And I see it all the time. This joy I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world not going to take it away. So tell your neighbor, I'm blessed, better than blessed. Amen. I might not look like you, walk like you, talk like you, but at the end of the day, I'm blessed, better than blessed. When you look at me, you might see, amen, something that might not look like, but I'm still blessed. I might not talk like, but I'm still blessed. I might not walk like, but I'm still blessed. I used to go to Winchester, but I'm still here. And he told me, blessed are they, the poor in spirit, that they shall, amen, see the kingdom of God. Blessed are they, which mourn, but they shall be confident. Blessed are the meek, for they shall inherit the earth. He says, blessed are they, amen, who hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they shall obtain mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they shall see God. He says, blessed are the peacemakers, for they shall be called the children of God. But then here's what I know. Blessed are you when folk revile you, when folk talk about you. He transitions right there. The first state, there ain't a blanket blessing. The first state, the first amen, when you marry, there's a general blessing. But then when you look at the disciples, the children of God, when you look at those who be quiet, he makes it personal. He says, blessed are you when folk revile you. Blessed are you when folk persecute you. Blessed are you when folk say all manner of evil to you. Don't get beside yourself. Don't get bent out of shape. Don't get down in the dust. They talk about Jesus. They talk about you. But he says, wait a minute. Just remind yourself. I don't care what they say. What they say. They say nobody. What he said. And the last time I checked, he reached way down. Said, screw up. Turn me around. Show me I'm blessed. Set me outside. And say, you blessed, boy. Don't matter what they say. You blessed. Don't matter what it looks like. You're blessed. Don't matter what's going on. You're blessed. Blessed, blessed. Say yeah. Say yeah. Say yeah. Don't remind myself. I'm blessed. All right. Stand on your feet.
I'm blessed.
Somebody need to hear that this morning. Jesus makes his inaugural address on the Sermon on the Mount. And the first thing he reminds them, you blessed. Doesn't matter what the Pharisees said. Doesn't matter what the Sadducees and the scribes said. Remind yourself, you blessed. I don't know who I'm preaching to this morning. Maybe the devil's been whispering in your ear and telling you it's not going to work. Maybe he's been whispering in your ear and telling you you won't amount to anything. You're not saved because you still got some sin in your life. Maybe he's been trying to tell you, amen, you can't get saved because of your past history. But you got to remind that devil, I'm not studying what you say. I'm only concerned about what does he say. And Jesus has told me. So you got to understand, he was talking to the crowd. They hadn't even accepted him yet. He hadn't even laid down his life yet. But he was telling them already, if you're going to be a part of this kingdom, watch, if you're going to be my disciple, you're going to be blessed. How many know there are souls who are out in the world who don't even know Jesus, but they still get the same blessings you get? They're still waking up every morning. They got a job, roof over their head, clothes on their back. They driving fine cars. Come on, somebody. They got friends. What differentiates them from you? What makes their blessing so much better than your blessing? Nothing. Here's the difference. Here's what differentiates you from them. You are a disciple, and they are not. You are on your way to heaven. Come on, somebody. Here's the difference. You got Jesus. Because see, the blessings that they got, if they lose them, they commit suicide. If they lose them, amen, they fall to pieces. If they lose them, amen, they go in the dumps. Amen. Want to give it up, give up on all of it. But you, on the other hand, if you lose it, so be it. He can bring it back. Come on. If you go through it, don't worry about it. He walks with me. He talks with me. He tells me it's going to be all right. If you go through it, come on, somebody. If he took that away, he got something better. See, you don't lose your mind. You don't go in insanity. You know, amen, Romans 8:28, and we know that all things work together for the good. Amen, somebody. And so at the end of the day, how many of you know you're blessed? We open the doors of the church. We extend an invitation. Maybe there's somebody here right now that wants to be a disciple, that wants to, amen, know Jesus for yourself. You heard what grandmama and granddaddy said. You even read in your word, but now you want a personal relationship with him. You want to be a disciple of Jesus Christ. You want to be disciplined to the point, amen, where nothing distracts you or nothing deters you or nothing, amen, will defeat you. If that's you, my brother or sister, you can come right now. You can come as a candidate for baptism. Maybe you, amen, are looking for a church home. You can come on your Christian experience. Maybe you want your membership restored. If that's you, step out right now. Here's your opportunity to come just like you are. To not be ashamed, to not be afraid, but to come just like you are. God says, amen, I got blessings in store just for you. Is there one? Is there one? Come on, won't you come? Won't you come? God bless you. You may be seated. As we prepare our hearts and minds now to take our Lord's Supper.